I never thought I'd swing a sledgehammer at my own garage wall, but there I was, plastered dust choking the air like a bad breakup, grinning like a maniac as the first chunk crumbled free. My neighbors called it a hideout violation, code for anything that didn't fit their step-forward-wise fantasy. But screw that. This was my fortress, my escape from the 9-to-5 grind, and I'd be damned if some clipboard-wielding tyrant turned it into another beige eyesore. Well, they didn't know. I'd wired the whole damn place with cameras, tiny black-eyed spies that caught every nosy peek, every passive-aggressive note taped to my mailbox, building my case like a digital revenge porn reel. It started 6 months back, right after I bought this fixer-upper in Elmwood Heights, a cookie-cutter suburb outside Phoenix, with a cacti outnumber the smiles. I'd sunk my life savings into the place, turning the detached garage into my man cave nirvana. Neon-lit arcade machines humming with Street Fighter nostalgia, a mini-fridge stocked with IPAs, and walls lined with vintage comic pulls I'd hunted at cons from San Diego to Vegas. Freedom, baby, the kind you chase after your ex-wife cleans you out in court and your boss in Denver decides remote work means out of sight, out of mind. But then she slithered in. Karen Whitaker, HOA president, queen of the Karens, with her bleached bob and yoga pants armor that screamed, "A volunteer at the PDA, but judge your soul." Karen's reign was legend. She'd find old Mr. Ruiz for his agave garden, too Mexican, and harass the single mom next door over her kids' chalk drawings on the driveway, calling it vandalism. Me? I painted my front door matte black. Boom, violation notice. Then I parked my 72 El Camino in the driveway overnight. Another one. By the third infraction, me blasting Springsteen at 9 p.m. on a Saturday, she'd escalated to door-pounding sermons about community standards and property values. I played nice at first, nodding through her lectures about how my bachelor slob aesthetic was tanking the block's Zillow score. But inside, I was seething. This wasn't about rules. It was control, her way of papering over her empty nest, and whatever midlife crisis had her clutching that HOA gavel like a lifeline. The cameras? My insurance policy. I'd install them after her first friendly visit, tiny Arlo cams tucked in fake smoke detectors and birdhouses, streaming straight to my phone. They caught her creeping by at midnight, snapping pics of my trash bins. They filmed her anonymous complaints at the monthly meetings, her voice dripping venom. That garage is a blight, probably a meth lab. Cue the backlash whispers in the group chat. Karen's at it again. But she didn't stop. Last Tuesday, I came home from a late shift at the auto shop to find my garage door ajar, tools scattered like a tornado hit. Heart pounding, I checked the feed. There she was in broad daylight, jimmying the lock with a credit card, slipping inside like a B&E pro. Just verifying violations, she muttered to her Bluetooth, probably live streaming to her coven of busybodies. She rifled through my comics, sneered at my beer pong setup, even snapped a selfie with my Chewbacca poster for evidence. Outrage boiled in my gut. This wasn't enforcement. It was invasion, a power trip that could have landed her in cuffs if the roles were reversed. I didn't call the cops right away. Nah, that'd be too clean. Instead, I looped the footage, added timestamps, and her own damning word from past voicemails. "I'll make your life hell." Then I blasted it to the neighborhood app, unfiltered, raw. HOA hypocrisy. Karen's breaking and entering extravaganza. The comments exploded. Finally, someone stands up. From the Ruiz family. This is why I hate HOA's fascist vibes from the millennials down the street. Even Passive P from across the way chimed in with a thumbs-up emoji. Karen's fortress cracked overnight. Petitions circulated to oust her from the board. Her husband's golf buddies ghosted. And the local news, God bless Arizona's slow news days, ran a segment. Suburban showdown, vigilante justice, or valid revenge? By Friday, the sheriff's deputies rolled up to her McMansion, cuffs glinting in the desert sun. Breaking and entering, trespassing, the works, my cams made it airtight. She wailed about misunderstanding and community service, but the judge wasn't buying. Community service? Try 6 months probation, a fat fine, and mandatory anger management. Her bob was grayer when she slunk back to the block, avoiding eye contact, her clipboard gathering dust. The HOA dissolved in the fallout. Turns out half the members were sick of her crap too. Me? I patched the wall, cranked up the tunes louder, and raised a cold one to the hideout. Revenge tasted sweet, but watching Karen choke on her own bitterness, that was the real high. In America, land of the free, sometimes you gotta build your own walls and wire 'em up tight.